Okay, now we're going into Chi Sao. A lot of people dread this. You're going to have fun with it. I'm going to force you to have fun with this. What we're going to do is, you've already got the Dan Chi Sao material down. You're going to see a lot of what we do just incorporates the same concept that Dan Chi has already taught you. The biggest problem you're going to have now is left brain, right brain, left brain, right brain. So right now, his hand's going to come off his hip. He's just going to hook hands with me. So in Chi Sao, literally, we are not, to be actually very correct, we're not doing Chi Sao per se, because Chi Sao is actually sparring it. All right? They call us Chi Sao, or they'll say Seung Chi. Remember, Seung means two. All right? What this is actually called Luk Sao. Luk Sao is going to be my number one in the system that I want you to have. So during test time, when I say do number one, Luk Sao is what I want out of you. So Luk Sao literally is just rolling hands. We're just going to roll. He's not worried about me attacking him. I'm not worried about him attacking me. We just want good form. Elbows in, like I don't want you doing this. You're not driving a Mack truck. I want your elbows in. So if you look, the Bong Sao comes up, but it returns to a good Tan Sao. This hand in Fuk Sao, the elbow stays in. Roll up and down. See, right here, my elbow stays in. He's going to Bong, I go to Fuk. Okay? Now, what I want you to do, I think an excellent tape that you might want to pick up is my instructor, his name is Randy Williams. He's got tapes out on Chi Sao. If you look at his tapes, he will go into great detail. I'm going to try for you to explain this very thoroughly. It's just, you know, just for your own knowledge, you know, research everybody's tapes and get what you can out of them, just to kind of bring you up a little more into what you're doing, anything on this subject. It's a tough part of the art. So right now, Chi Sao can be done outside to outside, inside to outside, the opposite side, inside to outside, or inside to inside, okay? Right now, we're going left hand outside, right hand inside, all right? And we're gonna roll. So now I want you to think of this. My hand, as he rolls up, remember that ball with the glue theory I gave you? I don't want to roll up and down with one hand. I don't want you to feel that. I don't want that sound. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's like that sliding skin sound on each other. What I want you to do is when he rolls into Bong Sao, we'll start to lose that sound, or it'll diminish a lot. So it's like I go, hi, hi. So I'm like waving at him each time. This gets the stop. So if he starts to muscle in a little bit, I can get a good stop going like that. So this will match his force. I can go as light as he goes, or I can start to match it and go as heavy as he goes. Right now, I'm staying in Yichi Kim Youngma. Later, we're here, okay? Later, we'll be moving around and doing it. It really puts a big new perspective to this. Okay, excuse me. So now, as we're rolling with Chi Sao, I just want you to just feel relaxed. Don't do this hard. Don't lift your arms. It's not like you're lifting it. You're going to start to burn out. It's going to hurt you a lot. Just raising, roll into him, roll into him. You'll see that you can go a long time if you just roll in. It'll relieve all the stress in your shoulders, okay? So I'd like you to train this and just isolate it and go for a couple of minutes. I know it's going to start to hurt or burn a little bit until you get used to it, but just roll with this. So this is basically the first roll in Chi Sao, okay? Now after you're comfortable with it, before we put the switches in, you're going to go on the opposite side and just get comfortable with it and roll, okay? All right. Now when you feel real good with that, freeze, I'm going to go double outside to his inside. So he's just going to go. Now it's all up to Joe. He's going Bong Sao. He initiates everything. I just go for the ride. So high, high, my hand raises, gets stopped. If I stay like this, you'll see my elbow will flare out. But if I go like that, my elbow locks in. Continue to roll. So my elbows are in, I'm comfortable, he's comfortable. He's digging in like he's going into my chest. And it's almost like, keep doing the motion, it's like he's got a ball in his hand. You see, it's like he's just rolling with this ball. Okay, so I hook in and we go. So I just get that hand up. He's gonna start to feel me stop him. I can match his pressure if he's going a little bit harder or if he goes softer. There's a whole bunch of thought into how hard or how soft. I've trained some styles and they advocate, pump that thing in there. Other ones just say, just go light, you know, go somewhere in the middle, just where you feel comfortable. Sometimes heavy, sometimes light, or just stay in the moderate pressure is pretty good just to keep yourself fresh and have the stamina to keep going with this. Okay, so we're outside to outside, keep rolling. After you feel comfortable with that and your partner is comfortable, freeze. We're going to switch inside to inside, inside to outside the opposite way. So we just reversed roles. Okay, so now I've got the inside, Joe's on the outside. He's still doing, if you look at that, if we freeze, he's got that hand up, all right, almost like he's waving at me. The hi, okay? All right, so now, after you're comfortable with that, that is basic look sao. Now you got left hand outside, right hand inside. Right hand outside, left hand inside. Double outside, double inside, okay? That's your basic rolling for look sao. That's number 1 in my system. All right, moving on, I want to go to the number 2 position. All right, now we're just going to add the switches. All right, so when we roll, remember, you've already been taught this in Dan Chi Sao. He could point the fingers down and come over and punch. Or he can jerk my hand down and then it switches. So now we just put it into this roll. That's our number 2. You already have it. You should have it. You should have it left and right. And if you don't, get back in there and work it on the opposite hand. Okay, so now we just start to roll. See, I'm switching it left and right. I'll slow it down in a second. I just want you to look at it. So I'm going inside to outside. Or I could just switch one, and now I'm double in. Now I could switch, now I'm double out. So let me slow down so you could see that. I have my left hand on the outside. I'm going to switch it. There, first switch. Now he's going to roll up. When he rolls down, I'm going to switch it. So I push down, he comes over. We just switched. Now my right hand's on the outside, left hand's on the inside. We continue to roll. Okay? If I'm not happy there, I switch it. Now I made him go double inside. Okay? Now I can do a double switch. Watch this. I jut switch, he punches. I jut switch, he punches. I'm inside. All right, let me go back out again. One more time. First switch, second switch. There it is. Okay, let me do it one last time for you. I switch, he punches, then I push with the other hand, and he goes. Okay? All right. Tan switch. Look, tan switch. Jut switch, he punches. Jut switch, he punches. I'm going to separate them so you can see it. Let me show you one last time. Jut switch, then we'll roll a couple times. And here it goes. Jut switch, and he punches. Now I am both inside, both hands. So let me switch it. We're left to right, meaning left hand outside, right inside. Now I'm going to go right to left. Now I'm going to go double in and double out. So let's just roll and play with it for a second. And constant switches, watch. So I'm constantly switching now. All right, let's slow down. See, I switch, 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 switch. Every one is a switch. All right, that's a little later in the game. You'll get to that point. But right now, concentrate on just getting one at a time. Do you see it? Okay, so that's number 2 in our system. All right, now, moving into number 3. Number 3, you already know it. Remember the danchi? You're going to put that into your roll. So when we're rolling, Joe can do it or I can do it, providing, what I'm saying is Joe can initiate it or I can initiate it, providing one hand is inside. If I'm double out, I'm not going to initiate it. If I initiated it, what would it be? Be the praying mantis drill. Okay, right now we're going to go into just chi sao, into danchi within our chi sao. So as we roll, I can initiate. So I go 1, 2, 3, back. The 3 is back into it. 1, 2, back to the roll, is what I should say to clear that up a little better. Now, key points. When we go 1, 2, 3, and then he rolls up, I want him to be in tan sao during this whole procedure. So when we're going, and I go, dude, bad form. 1, 2, 3, I could get that hit. Right now, he needs to stay good form. 1, see, if I go, he's got that tan sao. I'm snagging already. Okay? So let me switch it so the camera can see it. If I'm here and if I go down, into Dan Chi, see, he's got good tan sao. I can't get in it. It's snagged. Do it bad. Bad form. So if I go 1, see, look at that. It's going to punch right in. I get through that hole. He just opened a gate. He needs to keep the gate closed. Okay, so this is just putting Dan Chi into our Chi Sao. All right, so now, so you can put Dan Chi into your Chi Sao. Okay, 1, 2, back. All right, and then I could switch it. 1, 2, and back. Important point, just keep your Tan Sao. Don't let it bleed out. Watch your elbows, don't let them flare out. Okay? All right, so this is going to put us into the next one. The next one is number 4. It's Pak Sao. Okay, we're going to use 4 different openings for Pak Sao. So when we roll, you're going to go right here. All right, this is Tan Sao. Noi Tan Sao. Okay, so I go outside Joe. Pak Sao. That's my first gate that I go to. All right, one more time. That's Pak Sao. So it's just static. It ends right there. All right, all we're doing is we're being taught the sectors. Okay, so here's my first sector, Pak Sao. Second sector, when I go through, I come over on the opposite side, Pak Sao. One more time. First one, 1. Second one, 2. Do you see it? Okay. Third sector, I want you to go into Dan Chi Sao. 1, and then when I bong, my hand comes up, BUG. Remember the eye jab? Pak Sao. So one more time. I attack, he blocks, I come in. See it? And then I Pak Sao. Let me just do that once for you. You see it? Okay, real slow. Jik Jern Bong. So there's my Dan Chi. Instead of rolling back, when we do this, Jik Jern Bong, I put the wedge in, or you could say the BUG. Everything that I do, either I could come in with BUG or I come in with Tan, but sometimes they want the Tan to go with the eye also. So if we're here, 1, I go here, and then right into the Pak Sao. Okay, that's our number 3. So again, number 1, outside. Number 2, I'm going to go right now because it's indiscriminate. We're not picking a favorite lead. So outside is just going to be outside, not like when we're doing our sectors where this is outside and everything here is inside. Right now, we're not picking a favorite. We're both in Yichi Kimyangma, so it's a nondescript lead. If we were here, I might call it something different if we were doing Chisao. But for training purposes, I just want you to be square with each other and roll. So now, first sector. So the arm that Bong Sao will go into Tan Sao, Pak Sao. Second one is going to go, the hand that is going into the Fuk Sao will come to the other side and go into Tan or Bu. I cannot tell you which one you're going to go to. It all depends on who you're rolling with. If he gives me more pressure, sometimes this comes out. If he gives me more pressure, if the energy is different, the Tan will come out. It's just up to your training partner. Okay, and he's not going to know which one that he's giving me. It happens. It just occurs. So right here I go Tan Sao, and then into the Pak Sao Da. Okay. Okay. Third one, Dan Chi Sao. So I shoot that hand through, Pak Sao Da. Last time, Dan Chi underneath. So I'm going underneath it, Pak Sao Da. Last one. Dan Chi, but it goes in front. See, the last one was here. This one's just on top. Pak Sao Da. One more time. 1, went in front. Maybe I caught it early, so I shoved that in there, and then I Pak Sao. So that's your 4 basic gates. You have 1, outside. 2, outside the other side of the body. 3, Dim Jern or Jik Jern, go into Dan Chi. Put the arm shoots in underneath. Pak Sao Da. Last one. 1 on top. And then we go. Okay. Okay. Now, the last one that I want to show you, it goes into Lap Sao. All right? It's the same gates. You already know this by knowing the Pak Sao 4 gates. So right now, it's the same thing. This is going to be easy for you. You go here, and you just pull punch. It ends right there. One more time. So I go through, and I just pull and hit. That's the first gate. Second one, from the outside. Let me do that real slow. I go outside, pull and hit. That's my second sector. Third one, Dan Chi, pull and hit. That's my third sector. Dan Chi, pull and hit. My fourth sector, Dan Chi goes on top, but I still pull and I hit. Okay? Okay, so now I'm going to do it one last time. Lap Sao outside. Lap Sao. Dim Jern, Lap Sao. Dim Jern, I block on top and I Lap Sao. All right, that's the 4. So now I want to recap all 5 that I've brought you through. So last time, look Sao with switches, right? Dan Chi. Then we're going to go into the Pak Sao. Pak Sao. Dan Chi to Pak Sao. I block on top, Pak Sao. Now the 5th one is Lap Sao. Lap Sao. Dan Chi, Lap Sao. Dan Chi, block on top, Lap Sao. Okay, so that's 1 to 5. You're not done. I've got more for you. So just work on this for a while. It's more than enough. I bet you got a year's worth of material there. Okay, now we're coming into intermediate trapping. So now I'm going to start to give you series. So the first series that I want you to have is Loi Pak Sao Da. Remember, what's Loi? It's inside. Pak Sao, slapping hand. Da is a strike. All right, so actually let me spin you around, Willie. We're going to come here. We're going to spin around. We're going to go from the reference point again. All right, just for teaching purposes. Later we will just sit there and we can do it off the punch, okay? No matter what sector we fall into. But right now, this is the sector we're going to use, all right? We're going to use his barrier is up. We meet arms, okay? So the Loi Pak Sao Da. First, I have to Pak Sao Da. Now, see Willie, he blocked. He did not push past the center line, all right? Think about this, all right? Different styles of blocking. There are what we call hard blockers, which maybe hit past the center line. And we'll say the center line right now is like mid-chest or nose. All right, or you have people who paw at it, more like boxers might do it or kickboxers. If Willie were to punch, where I'm going like this is more what we call like pawing, okay? If he punched, this would be passing the center line, or this might be passing the center line. I'm not gonna reach that far past, all right? So when Willie goes, come on in, all right, when I slap and punch, he stops dead center. He doesn't go, so now it's stupid for me to go this far. Okay? What would be more efficient is to get rid of that inside barrier. So we go Pak Sao, Loi Pak Sao Da. Again, I am jamming that forearm in. I've got to get that stop. Do you see it? So Pak Sao Da, Loi Pak Sao Da. Okay? That's number 1. Let me do this really slow. Pak Sao Da, I punch forward. He stops it midway, not past my nose, not past the center line or his nose. Then I slide in, I trap the hand off, and I strike. Okay, that's Pak Sao Da, Loi Pak Sao Da. All right, now the second one that we're going to do is virtually the same thing. You go Pak Sao Da, then I go Chung Choi. See, I get a hit to the face, Loi Pak Sao Da. Versus the first one, they look the same, Pak Sao Da, Loi Pak Sao Da. There's 2 strikes right now, Pak Sao Da, Loi Pak Sao Da. Next one is 3 strikes, Pak Sao Da, the Chung Choi, Loi Pak Sao Da. All right, really slow again. Pak Sao Da, Chung Choi, Loi Pak Sao Da. 3 strikes going at him. So that's the number 2. All right, let me swing them this way because I want you to see something. The third one goes Pak Sao Da, Tan Sao Da, Loi Pak Sao Da. So I get that body turn. Remember we talked about it during the mantis drill and during the Dan Chi and the Chi Sao. Whenever we use the Tan, it's a yin block. It follows that self-center line. Okay? So when we go Pak Sao Da, I Tan. Loi Pak Sao Da. Do you see that? Okay, let me do that one more time. Pak Sao Da, Tan Sao Da, Loi Pak Sao Da. Now Willie, he's giving me a little bit of energy. You see it? So when he comes back, he just kind of like rolls into it. He's not going to be flaccid, like go flaccid. He's not going to go like that. You know that arm's not going to be dead. And if it was, I would just lay on it. Right now, I know because he's alive and he's going to resist me because nobody wants to sit there and get beat. He's going to give me a little bit of energy. So when I go, I just punch that in, okay? And then I'm going to trap and hit. All right, that's my number 3. The number 4 is going to look virtually the same. Remember how I told you turn the body? Well, now I'm going to tell you to break the rule. This is Lai Sao. Lai Sao just pulls straight back. Now watch this. Go pocket, and I go right here. Now the cool thing about Lai Sao is if he stops me, let me get your hand on me. There. If he stops, see, he'll track it back. Just because he thinks he's got that trap, that cohesion. He doesn't want to lose me. He'll follow it back in. So we go Pak Sao. I just go like that. You see it? It tracks right back in, and then I get the hit. Looks like Tan Sao, but it doesn't get the body turn. I just go up like that, and then I hit. Do you see it? So Pak Sao, Lai Sao, Pak Sao Da. Okay? Maintain the trap, meaning that pressure. If I don't, and my partner feels it, he should hit me for it. I'll probably only do it one time, right? I mean, if I sat there each time and he just kept going like that, I'm going to go, what am I doing wrong? Tell him, you're not keeping the pressure on me. When you go, you got to keep that pressure on the forearm. All right, so one more time, real slow. Pak Sao Da, Lai Sao Da, Pak Sao Da. That's number 4, okay? Number 5 goes Pak Sao Da, Lap Sao Da, Pak Sao Da, or Loi Pak Sao Da. So again, Pak Sao Da, Lap Sao. So this hand, after he stops my punch, I turn it, grab, okay? Or curl it over. This punches, and then I trap punch. Pak Sao Da, Loi Pak Sao Da. You see it? It goes Pak Sao Da, sorry, Lap Sao, Loi Pak Sao Da. That's the number 5. Number 6, it's like I'm doing number 1 all over again. So I go Pak Sao Da. Now I say he grabs me. And I go, ooh, it won't come off. Maybe you got really good grip. Maybe he's a big guy, he grabs onto you. So I go 1, I go, oh, it won't come off. What do you do? Okay? So to keep the trap going, I go, oh, I sut sao right there. So right now I go, Pak Sao Da. I go, ooh, it won't come off. Ooh, I hit the throat, and now I go. So this is going to look a little like this. Okay? So you go Pak Sao, right there. So Pak Sao Da. Then I go to slap it off like I did the very first one, but it's stuck. I go, oh, man, I can't get it off. I sut sao. Then I trap and I punch. That's my number 6. So Pak Sao Da. I go to slap it off, won't come off. Sut sao, Loi Pak Sao Da. Okay, let me recap all 6. First one, Pak Sao Da, Loi Pak Sao Da. Okay, Pak Sao Da, Chung Choi, Loi Pak Sao Da. Pak Sao Da, Tan Sao Da, Loi Pak Sao Da. Pak Sao Da, Lai Sao Da, the punch is still there, Loi Pak Sao Da. Pak Sao Da, Lap Sao Da, Loi Pak Sao Da. And number 6 goes Pak Sao Da, Pak Sut, Pak Sao Da. Okay? So this is the first in the series. This is the Loi Pak Sao Da series 1 to 6. Okay, let's go into the BUG series now. The BUG series, remember, is the eye jab or the finger jab. It's a little bit different than what you think it's going to be, though. The reason I'm saying this is when we go, we're going to go Pak Sao, but now we're going to say Willie passes the center line. Okay? So if I go Pak Sao, he passes the center line. So the BUG comes in here. All right? One more time. Pak Sao, BUG. Now, a lot of times, they will go here into Tan Sao also. I think I've explained that already earlier in the tape. So Pak Sao, but we're going to go here for now, BUG. The first one is going to be Pak Sao Da, Lap Sao Da, Pak Sao Da. So one more time, you go Pak Sao Da, BUG, Pak, Lap, Pak. One more time. When you do this, go Pak Sao Da, BUG, Pak Sao Da, Lap Sao Da, Pak Sao Da. Okay? Pak Sao Da, BUG, Pak, Lop, Pak. When I lop sao, important points that I want you to know. Pak Sao Da. After the BUG goes, Pak Sao Da, I lop and I try not to use the thumb. A lot of times I'll put it maybe about here, but you want to try to get away from this in trapping. A lot of times if you go Pak Sao, BUG. Now if he goes Pak Sao Da, Lop Sao Da, and if he grab with the whole thumb, they'll go into locking here. And you'll think, you won't get it, he won't get you here. They will. Sometimes it gives a false security. If he's holding on to it, he thinks he's really got me. Okay, so if he punches, see, I just go right here, and I love it. My instructor, Sifu Дэna Inosanto, will call it the stupid lock. Because you're trapping yourself, so you're going to get the hit here because you think, oh, I got the guy, I'm secure, but he's really locking himself up. If he were just let go, it comes out. But you'll see people panic and they grip on, they won't release, and you get trapped up for it. So what I try to do is I go like this, pak, lop, because if he does do that, he pushes me down, and if he grabs to lock it, you tend to let go if you're just here. But if I hold it, myself, I've been caught here. See, this is a whole nother series, but I just want you to kind of see what I'm talking about. Or actually, if you go Willie, pak sao, and then lops, biuji, pak, lop. Now, if he grabs that thumb and he goes, that's a lock. If I say he doesn't even go, do it one more time, pak sao, biuji, pak sao, lop sao, and if he goes here, see, this is the lock in itself. Sorry about that. We call this the parallel cant. If he grabs, see, right here, that's a trap and a lock. If he were to not hold with the thumb right here, and if I go like that, it comes off. He'll slide it off. That thumb tends to get you into trouble. You tend to think that you're secure, you got it, and that guy's just got to push right into you. You see it? Now you're going to snap off an elbow or whatever you want to do to it. So just get away from using the thumb. That's all I'm asking. There's a time to use it. I'll let you know when to break the rule and when not to. And usually, like in grappling situations, a lot of times you will get that full grip. But that's, you know why you're doing it. Just know when to break the rule, when not to. Right now I'm saying it can get you into trouble if you use that thumb. So, moving back on. Let me pull you back in here. Pak sao da, biuji. First one, pak sao, lop sao, pak sao. So at speed, and then Willie goes. Okay, so that's our first one. Pak sao da, biuji, pak sao, lop sao, pak sao. Second one, reverse it. Pak sao da, biuji, lop sao, pak sao, lop sao. Again, pak sao da, biu. All right, lop sao, pak sao, lop sao. At speed. One more time. Willie goes. Lop, pak, lop. One more time. That's it. You see it? So pak sao da, biuji, lop sao, pak sao, lop sao. Okay, that's the number 2 in the system. Number 3, pak sao da, biuji. I want you to go pak sao, sut sao. So it's a double hand. What I mean by a double hand is I trap and I try to, if I still see the trap is holding, I come with the second shot. All right? Pak sao da, biuji, pak lop. And pak sao da, biuji, pak sao, sut sao. All right, now, that's number 3. Number 4, the last one that I want you to know for now, pak sao da, biuji, lop sao da, sut sao. Again, if I'm still retaining the trap, why let it go? If I got a hold of him, right, I hit him and he's still there, ooh, I hit him again. Okay? So, pak sao da, biuji. Okay? Lop sao da, sut sao. All right, Willie goes, pak sao da, biuji, lop sao, sut sao. That's it. So if he's still got me, makes sense, hold on to me, right? So pak sao, biu, lop, sut. You see it at speed once? That's it. Go again. That's it. So slowly, so they can see it from your end. So he biuji. He tries to get this eye jab. If I manage to get that barrier in the way, he's going to pull and hit. And if he's still holding, he sut saos. Okay? So that's the 4 that I want you to have, all right, for your intermediate level test. All right, now we're going into jiao sao. The jiao sao is the running hand. You'll see it later more in the boxing. When I jiao sao, it's almost like I'll fake the hook and swing it out there. But we also use it in trapping. Come on, JR. All right, if we're here, again, I'm just going to go from the reference point. A lot of times he thinks I'm going to come in, right? Really, it's going to go around right here, okay? So when I go jiao sao, it's going to hook around. If he gets the block up, good for him. If not, better for me, right? All right, so from the connection, I want you to go and trap in, and this is going to fall and loop around. It's not, a lot of people think that you're doing a ridge hand. It's not really a ridge hand, it's a hook. Sometimes I've seen guys slap with it. They try to slap the eardrum or just the side of the face. If you're on the street, let me just have you right here. If I can get a right on the face, it could be pretty effective. It's also good because slaps are actually really awesome for the street, the wanjern or the jikjern. Think about this. Right now, if I asked you to go up to a wall, a brick wall, and I said, I want you to punch that as hard as you can, you're going to go, whoa, because you could really damage your knuckles. If I go up to it and I said, slap it, you'll know it'll sting, but you'll probably do it. So this is really, it's really a good weapon for the street. A good slap to the side of the face, the side of the head, the eardrum, you'll ring somebody's bell. So for this motion right here, I can go here and I can get the slap, okay? Right now, what I want is I'm gonna go pak sao to jiao sao. Again, I want him to think that this is coming. So if we came from the break and I shot this in, I want him to think that that's gonna shoot straight in. But what I do this time is I go around it. All right, so start getting into the habit for that. You can do it from the connection static to learn it, but after a while, I do want you to start to break apart and just, again, close that gap and get in there and do this technique. So again, it goes pak sao, jiao sao. Okay, one more time. Pak sao, jiao sao. Now you're gonna pull down, you're gonna slide this hand in and trap and punch. Look at what I do with my arm. I try to trap that arm in here. I go one. So when I pull, I trap it and hit. It's a free hit. I know he's snagged here. I try to get that hit because I know he's going to try to get away, and he will get away. You're not going to lock him and hold him forever. All right? So first one is what we say outside the wu sao. Wu sao is the rear hand, the protecting hand. Okay, so pak sao, jiao sao. He puts that hand up to block. I double pull. This is your option. You can shoot this punch, then cover and punch again. Okay, so pak jiao, jut, hit. That's number one. Jerry, you're going to do it to me. Go slow. Pak sao, jiao sao. If I block it, he's going to do a double pull, pulls it right in. The rear hand can punch, cover, and then he can hit it. Okay, that's provided both my hands come in. Now watch this. If I do this to JR, the second one is when I come around, maybe when I pull, he pulls back, but his arms stay separated. See that gap? Okay, so if I pull and he pulls back, I want to go right in between. Okay, let me do that again. All right, so if I go pak sao, jiao sao, if I pull, he pulls back. See this hit? Again, the hit is optional. It's always optional. If I feel this, if I pull and he pulls back, if I don't feel it, I just grab. But if he pulls and maybe it's at that right angle, I go, oh, I could get that. And I just go and I'm going to hit, right? So the punch is always going to be optional for you. If you get it, you get it. If not, move on, just keep going. All right, so you go pak sao, jiao sao. I jut, he pulls back, I come in, and that's going to be the hit right here. Again, really I want to pull that tight. You see that? So I just trap that arm in and then just shoot the punch. Okay, let me spin you around so you can see this. If I go pak sao, jiao sao, jut, he pulls back, see it? Get on that. It kind of looks like crowded. Again, it's infighting, it's trapping. I've got to trap the arm, otherwise it's useless to me. If I just go here, he's not going to stay there. He'll swing out, and again, he's going to like rock my world for me. So I go pak jiao, double jut, hit, and then I go right in between. This is number two, if I'm in between. Okay? Number three goes one. When I pull, maybe he's the kind of guy that tears back that direction. All right, so it would be crazy for me to try to pull and hit here or go in between. There's no room. So again, when we go one, I pull, he pulls back, hit it if it's, again, optional. If it's there, you hit. If it's not there, if I pull and he pulls back, maybe I just cover. Now I go to the outside of his lead hand. So let me just set him here for a second. First one, think of this. I pull, I hit. Second one, I pull. I'm not doing the lan sao right now, just so you can see. I just want you to see the punching sectors. I hit outside the wu sao. I hit inside the wu sao. I hit outside the lead hand. Okay? Number one, I pull and then I hit. Okay? With the jut sao. Number two, I jiao sao, I pull, he pulls back, it's separated, I shoot it in. Try to get the trap in. I'm doing this so you could see. I should be here and I should hit it. Number three, I go here, I pull, he pulls back, I just go right here, outside his lead arm. And I just trap and I hit. And each one optional. I can hit, I can hit, I can hit. Okay? What I'm talking about is I can hit before I grab the arms to try to manipulate those arms into a place where I can hold them. Okay? Again, number one, pull, hit. Number two, pull, hit, in between. Number 3, pull. He goes back, and then I just hit it outside. Okay, that's the Jiao Sao series, outside the Wu Sao, in between, and outside the lead hand. Okay, we're going into the Ping Choi Gua Choi series. You have 7 techniques throughout the whole intermediate system that I have laid out for you. So just don't panic. It's not that many techniques. 7 techniques throughout the entire intermediate series. It's about 2 techniques per test. Okay, so right now we're going to go Ping Choi. I've already shown you this. Willie has the option. He could stop me with the rear hand, or he can raise the front barrier, or he could just get out of there. So we're going to play with all that right now. The first technique, we'll go 1. He blocks the rear hand. I am going to pull and punch. Okay, so go 1 right here. Okay, so this is Ping Choi. So I Pak Sao, Gua Choi, Lap Sao Da, Gua Choi. Okay, again, I'm trying not to grab here. You know, it happens. If you do, try to catch yourself, get that thumb up here or here. You don't want to grab here too much, full grip. Like I said, he can turn it around on me, and he can put the lock on me. Okay, so if we go 1, I come in with the Lap Sao Da. Right here, one more time, and very slow. 1, 2, 3, Lap Sao Da Gua Choi. All right, the next one, he's going to use the front barrier. So we go 1, 2, he comes up with the lead hand, I trap it, and then we go back into the same thing. One more time, Ping Choi, Pak Sao, Gua Choi, Pak Sao, Lap Sao, Gua Choi. All right, one more time. All right, one more time. 1, 2, 3, Pak, Lap. 1, 2, 3, Pak Sao, Lap Sao. Last time. 1, 2, 3, Pak Sao Da, Lap Sao Da. Now, after you get that and you feel comfortable with it, Willie's going to counter me back. When I go low and I go to trap, he's going to hit me before I can get that hit back at him. So we go 1. When I do this, this is called Tan Da. Remember this in the Ung Moon drill? Right here? So we go 1, right here, Tan Da. Pak, Lap Sat Sao, Pak. So one more time. Pak Sao, right here. Pak, Lap Sat. Okay? So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Real slow. Pak Sao, we cross arms, Ping Choi. Pak Sao, Tan Da. Pak Sao, Lap Sao, Sat Sao, Pak Sao Da. Again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Slowly, Pak Sao, Ping Choi, sorry about that. Pak Sao. Now as I come up, I have to go into the Tan Da. Pak Sao, Sat Sao, Pak Sao. Okay? Or when we go, it could go from the Ping Choi position right here, right to the Lap Sao Da. So that one's just really short. It goes 1, and then I just pull punch. 1, pull punch. 1, pull punch. Last time, 1, pull punch. Now let me go real slow. 1, pull and punch. This is Loi Lap Sao Da. So now the first 4 again, I can go 1, he blocks the rear hand, Lap Sao. Second one, the front hand comes up, Pak Sao, 2 Lap Sao. The third one goes 1, he punches, Tan Da, Pak, Sut, Pak. Fourth one, Lap Sao, or Loi Lap Sao Da. Okay, now the next one, he's going to shoulder roll away from me. He wants to get away from me. So if I go 1 and say I go here, he's just going to, almost like he's going to turn and run away. I go whip like that. So now I got no hands to trap. So what we do is we go sat. Sat is the knee. So when we go here, we go 1 right here. I just knee it right there. All right, so one more time. 1, and then he shoulder rolls it. I knee it, and now I'm going to trap the shoulder and hit the face or hit the back of the neck. So 1 right there. I just knee it, and then I'm going to pock the shoulder. So slap the shoulder. Last time, slowly, 1, I go to hit, I knee, trap, and hit the back of the head. Sometimes, though, he will jump a little further away. So when I go like this, I can't knee. It's too far away for me to get it. So if he's here, I go 1, I'm just going to round kick, and again, I trap and hit I trap the shoulder, hit the back of the head. Okay? One more time. 1, right there. So I just got to kick, and I trap and hit the head. Okay, and the last one is he just jumps back. Okay, almost like the push shuffle backwards. All right, so if I go here like that, I will groin kick, then I pak sao da. Okay, one more time. So I kick it, and then I'm going to trap it. If this hand isn't there, I'll just go into my boxing. If this rear hand's in the way, I could lop sao. But for the series, what I want is when we meet the first one and I go and he jumps away, I kick, and this hand's going to be there. I'm just going to pak sao. Okay, so that's the 7 that I want. Take your time with them. I like them. I think they're a lot of fun. I think they're valid. If you're a boxer, you can go here. They can all work if Willie punches me and I block. See, I could still go like that and then go into the series. Okay? All right, so get to work on those. So we're going to start with the lop sao cycle again. You know, you've already been taught the lop sao cycle. So Larry and I flow, right? Do you remember all this? Relaxed hand, punch on the top side. Okay, so we're just going to flow a little bit, and I want to go over the different switches that you have in your arsenal. So right now, remember, if Larry went up, if he grabbed me, I can grab him, and it switched our sides. Okay? So if he grabs me, I can switch. So out in the flow, I'll just do this and flow a little bit. Good. Okay, so let me slow down. Now the next one, whatever you do high, you can do low. So I'm going to do to Larry. If I pull Larry down, he can grab at the low line and then come back over. Okay, do you see that? So right here, if I pull him down, he can grab me on the low line, or he can grab me on the high line and switch it. Okay, low line again, or high line. That's it. Or high line. There you go. Okay? So, out of the flow, we're going to go to the next one, is the ton switch. All right, so if I grab Larry, I can grab him and pull down and hit. What I want Larry to do, keep rolling, please. When I go to grab and pull, he just opens it. So just out of flow, he's not waiting for me to go any harder. It's just as I go, when he feels the energy, he just ton sows, and he's going to switch on me. That's it. So do the ton again. Do you see it? So now it's my job, do it slow. When he goes to ton sao, I have to keep that bong up. You're going to probably have it up just because this angle makes you want to have it up. But I have seen people do it. Do the ton switch, please. They go like that, and they just drop their hand with it. You're going to get hit. So you need to keep that hand up. And what's this? Wu sao. You need to keep the wu sao there. All right, go on. So we have where I grab his grab. I can do it on the low line, and I can ton. Do you see the ton? So as he grabs, I just open the hand up, and it keeps it there, okay? The ton is pretty strong, that's why. Versus me just grabbing, he can manipulate that. If I lock this out, it makes it tough for him to pull me down. So if we're going here, when I go, I just open that palm up, and it lets me switch. Okay, so now, if we did it high, we can do it low. So if I'm low, I could just go right here and punch. So now I don't even grab him. If he's got me low, I just turn his hand. See what it does? It just opens that line up. So it's up to Larry. He's got to come up a little higher to get that block. And then we continue with the drill. So low, I go right there. Right there. That's it. So if it's low or high, low, I'll do it again, low on this side, or high, see it? So real slow. He goes grab, I just open it. That's the tan sao, and then I shoot the other punch, okay? All right, so that's your lows and your high. Now the last one that I want to show you as far as the switches go is when Larry comes in, I can pak and sut. See, now he has two choices. We'll start with what he did. He can pak sao back to stop it. I lop sao, and we've switched sides. So 1, 2, 3. That's it. Okay, now the next version, same thing. Pak sao, but now this time he eye jabs me. Okay, what's this called? Biuji. Okay, so the biuji, and then I bong sao. Okay, and then lap sao. Pak, biuji, but I bong, lap sao. And then we continue with the drill. Pak, biu, bong, lap. Okay, so it's my choice or Larry's choice actually. Either he's got a choice to biuji or pak sao. You see it? Okay, now there's a few attacks that we'll also do in this. If we're doing a lap sao cycle, I can strike. So if we're going, not that I'm not striking each time here, but we could change attacks. So if he pulls me down, I am going to just do the high punch. It's up to Larry to twist his body, turn bong sao, and then lap sao. You see that? So if I just put in a punch, he's got a bong lap. There it is, okay? So real slow, just turn and bong, okay? Now, we did it high, we can do it low. Now he's gonna stop it and punch. Now, look at the way he stopped it. All right, I don't want him to chop like kind of, yeah, gong. See, it's not gonna be that because that's gonna propel me into some other things at this range. So when we're going, he treats it almost like if we were boxing and I shot that body shot in. See it? A lot of boxers will pick it up with their elbow. Same thing here. When we're going and I shoot the low shot in, he just drops the elbow, then he punches, forces me to bong sao or get hit. And then we continue on. See, low shot, that's it. Again, low shot, he punches forward, I go. So now what's our choices here? I can punch high or I could punch low. Okay, now let's recap this whole thing. Okay, from the lap sao cycle. Okay, if I grab him, he could grab me. You've already been taught that in an intermediate level. Okay, if I grab him, he can grab me. If I grab him and pull him low, he can grab back and take it. Okay? If I grab low, he can grab it, pull it up, and take it. Okay, he could tan sao. Okay, see how he tan? Or he can tan right there. Or if I pull him down, he could tan sao, that switch does. Or if I pull him down on the other side, see he tans and then goes. Now he can go, or actually I'll do it now. I can loi pak sao, sat sao, okay? He did the pak sao to stop it, and that puts us on the other side. Again, pak sat, and then lap. Now, the only variation off this is pak, and when I sut, he does the eye jab, forces me to bong sao, and then we go. Okay, one more time. One, eye jab. See, I bong, and then we go. Okay? Okay, now we're going to go into the punching. I punch, Larry bongs, and we lap sao on the other side. Again, bong, lap. Or the low line. When I punch low, he drops the forearm, raises it up at me, the punch. I have to bong sao to stop it, lap sao. Drops the forearm, punches up, lap sao. And that's it. So this is a lot of material. You're going to kind of combine it, and you're going to just build on it, and then we're going to start to incorporate it into other drills. Now I'm going to bring us right directly into one more drill, the pak sao cycle. Do you remember this? I taught you the pak sao cycle. So we went 1, 2, and then we went in. Remember I talked about it could be the eye, it could be the slap, or it could be the ear, or it could be to the throat. When we do this drill, that's what I'm after. Right now, I'm not putting the attack on the hand, or I'm not trying to touch his face. I'm just getting that timing and that rhythm in, okay? Now, we already talked about the switch. I could track it back, and then he steals it and goes to the outside. This has already been taught to you, all right? Let's go a little slower. So now watch this. If I'm on the inside and I want to switch it, how can I get to the outside? I just want you to bridge and then double tap. So if Larry wanted to go to the outside, he bridges and he double taps. Do you see that? Let me show it again. All right, I'm on the inside. Keep going. I just keep that up. Even though I'm here, I go 1 and he goes, go, continue. Right there, I keep it up. This bridges me over. Do you see it? So I kind of just wipe it. I'm inside, I wipe to the outside. All right, so I could track it back, or I could bridge and bring it over. I'm going to do it on the other side for you now. I could wipe it back, and it puts them on the outside. I keep that up, I bridge, double tap. Okay, so I could track it. So now, how can we link these two into each other? We have the lop sao cycle, right? And we had the pak sao cycle. I want to make this one whole drill without having to say, hey, Larry, let's stop. Wait, let's do this one. I want to make it to where we could just transition without Larry having a say-so in it, or me if he chooses to do so. How can we make this one drill right there? Just lop it, okay? It's there. See, I can go back into the drill. So you remember I already taught you in the lop sao cycle, pak sao, sat sao, and then he can, no, lop sao cycle. All right, pak sao, sat sao, and then he stops it. I can lop it, or he could BUG, and then I could bong and lop, right? That was the lop sao cycle. So if we're in a lop sao cycle, to go into the double pak, he just double taps it this time. You see that? And if I want to go outside, I just bridge it over. If I want to track back, I track it, and now it puts him to the outside. You see it? So I could bong, and we're back into the lop sao cycle. So the drill should become one, okay? So again, lop sao cycle, I want to go to pak sao cycle. All right, I could bong, lop sao cycle. Okay? Okay, so that's pretty good now. You got a lot of material to work with. We're going to start to just play with this in different forms. All right, so sometimes when I'm going, or actually I haven't taught it yet, but you're going to see when we're going and we're in chi sao, I can go into the double pak. You see it? So then I could pull back, and then you can stop it, and it'll put his lop sao. But that's the lesson that's coming up real soon. So just don't play with the chi sao yet. I'm sorry. Continue on with the lop sao cycle, and continue with the pak sao cycle. Okay, and then we're going to get you into the chi sao real soon.